Hello and welcome to the Irish Aesthete. Previously I was talking about the legend of the mermaid who swam up from the lake at Cologne and helped herself to the wine cellar in Newhall, County Clare. Newhall is a house built in several different periods and by several different owners, the first of them being a branch of the O'Briens. The O'Briens are one of the most ancient families in Ireland, originating from the 10th century Brian Boru, first King of Ulster and then High King of Ireland. Famously, Brian Boru was killed while defeating the Vikings at the Battle of Clontarf in April 1014, but his dynasty continued to be powerful for many centuries afterwards. One of his descendants was Donal More O'Brien, who, like his forebear, was King of Munster. Donal More founded a number of important religious houses, such as that at Kilcooley, which I've already mentioned because inside the church it has a carving of a mermaid. He also established St. Mary's Cathedral in Limerick City, reputedly on the site of his own palace. Seemingly, the cathedral's Romanesque west door was his own original entrance to the building. Another of Donal More's religious establishments was a house of Augustinian canonesses beside Cologne Lake in County Clare, which was very much the heart of his family's territory. This remained a religious house until the 16th century, when the dissolution of the monasteries was ordered by King Henry VIII. Thereafter the property should have passed into Crown control, but somehow it remained in the hands of the O'Briens, and in 1617 it's recorded as belonging to Dermot O'Brien, 5th Baron Inchiquin. This branch of the family, incidentally, for a long time lived in another part of the same county, at Dromoland Castle, until it became an hotel in the early 1960s. But meanwhile, the O'Briens had decided to build themselves a new residence above the lake at Cologne, and they called it New Hall. The original building here, which may date from the late 17th century, was what's known as a long house. This is exactly as stated, being an unpretentious property, long and often quite low, of perhaps 2 stories, and frequently with a thatched rather than slated roof. One can still make out the form of the long house at New Hall, since it runs straight behind later additions, 2 of them, it seems, one after the other in the course of the 18th century. Inside, as was the case with these early houses, one room runs straight into the next, creating wonderful vistas as one gazes down the space. New Hall is an important surviving example of this kind of domestic interior, as subsequent generations frequently inserted corridors to provide themselves with greater privacy. Instead, in this instance, a whole new block was added to the front of the house. And in the next episode, I'll talk a little about this addition to the building and the architect who's believed to be responsible for it. I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you so much for watching the Irish Aesthete. Goodbye.
Thank you.